a disclaimer, I rely very heavily on natural lighting to film my videos, so if there is lighting fluctuations, blame the sky, I guess. Hey guys, what's up? It's HBO Manga here and welcome back to the YouTube channel. So it is time for yet another manga reading log video. You guys really liked the last one that I did, so I decided that I'm going to keep doing these as time goes on. As normal though, I am going to be focusing on a specific select series that I've read over these past couple months. I won't be including like the new pre-orders that I picked up that I immediately read because I actually share my thoughts on those volumes in my manga haul videos, so make sure to go check those out if you're at all interested in the newer stuff that I'm picking up and reading. But regardless, today again, I'm going to be focusing on maybe some series I don't really talk about on my YouTube channel as much. If you want to get more of my insights just in general on what I'm reading, Instagram is the place to do it. I post stories all the time about what I'm reading and my thoughts, so make sure to go follow me there at HBO Manga. But let's not delay, let's get right into it. Let's touch on four different manga series that I have been reading recently and have been really enjoying. So starting right off the bat, we have a banger manga series for you guys, and I have actually recently been reading Rurouni Kenshin. So Rurouni Kenshin is a manga series I, for a long time, really wanted to pick up, and then finally picked it up, I think a couple of months ago, maybe this past year at least, and I've just started to get into it, and I'm about 6-7 volumes in at this point, and I have been absolutely loving this series. Rurouni Kenshin follows our main character here, Kenshin, basically going throughout his travels, going throughout his life, meeting different people, all that sort of stuff. He's kind of a deserter, kind of going from place to place, and just you follow him on that journey. That's a very, very high level description of what's going on in this series, but I have really been enjoying it. There is something about an older Shonen Jump series that really just scratches the right itch in my brain, and I've been really, really enjoying it. I also have really been loving the characters in this read. Sometimes in a manga series, I don't know if you have it, but there's just like one character that you just really don't like and you're like, man, if this character was out of the picture, this would be like the best manga that I've ever read. Honestly, there's not a character like that. I really enjoy our main characters and I am just loving this samurai type series. I love how deep and complex our main character Kenshin is, and I just love learning more about him, who he was, his life as the story progresses. I just really enjoy it. I also really enjoy the artwork. I like Kenshin's kind of like swirly eyes moments. I really like those. I think that's kind of always funny when it comes up. But I have been loving this series. If you're looking for a good samurai series, I highly, highly recommend this. I will say the mangaka is a piece of garbage, so I would recommend not supporting him directly. Buy these used if you can. There's a wide variety of formats. The singles are probably the cheapest route right now. But yes, I've been loving this series. I can't wait to continue getting into it, and I just love how much history there is in this series. It's just a great time. If you're looking again for a good action samurai series, this is definitely for you. Okay, so the next manga series that I have been really enjoying recently, which is one that I'm actually very surprised that I'm enjoying, because if you told me that I would like this series like a couple months ago, I wouldn't believe you, and that series is none other than Call of the Night. So Call of the Night is a rom-com series that everyone and their mother is obsessing over right now. Like, everyone loves this series, especially my friends. Like, on Discord, we'll be talking, and they're always like, yo, HBO, like, you pick up Call of the Night yet? Like, what's the status? And I was always like, no, I haven't picked it up yet, and honestly, I don't know if I am going to pick it up. But I decided to swallow my pride and pick the series up, and at least give it a couple volumes shot. And I've been really actually enjoying this, which is very interesting for me. It is a rom-com series following our main guy character here, as he's just kind of a kid who's kind of lost his way in life. He doesn't go to school anymore. He's just kind of this loner kind of personality. And he goes out at the middle of the night and runs into our main girl character here, who he quickly discovers is a vampire. And their relationship is very unique, very interesting. It's kind of all over the place with a lot of humorous elements in it. I love seeing their relationship progress and seeing where it goes. And our main guy character, his goal is to eventually become a vampire, but there's a lot of different steps and a lot of moving pieces that he needs to go through and do in order to become a vampire. And it's just a very interesting read. I've also really been enjoying the last couple volumes that I've read. So I've read, I think, volumes 1 through 4, 5 if I'm remembering correctly. And I've really been enjoying like volumes 4 and 5 because it gets a little bit more into like the history behind the vampires, the lore behind the vampires, which I actually really enjoy. But yeah, Call of the Night has been a very surprising yet very pleasant read. Call of the Night, I really enjoy it if you're looking for a good rom-com series with just like a lot of fun. I recommend it. Okay, so the next manga series that I've been reading recently, I've actually primarily read on the Shonen Jump app because this is a series that is very, very difficult to collect physically. I'm trying. If you saw my last month's manga haul, you would know that I've gone on and began to embark on this journey of collecting this manga series, which I will regret in like 3 to 5 business days. Regardless though, that series is none other than Saint Seiya Knights of the Zodiac. So I honestly don't even know how I stumbled upon this series. I know I was on vacation. I went to Tennessee for a little bit with the family, and I brought my iPad. I didn't bring any physical manga to read. So I had the Shonen Jump app on my iPad, and I was like kind of scrolling through. I'm like, what do I want to read? Like, what's the move? What's the vision here? And I saw this, and I was like, you know what? Greek mythology? That's where I thrive. We're gonna give it a shot. So I decided to give it a whirl, and I've actually been seriously enjoying it. I think I've read 6 or 7 volumes. I can't exactly remember what chapter I was on the app. So Knights of the Zodiac follows our main character Seiya as he becomes a Knight of Athena. So the Knights of Athena are essentially a group of warriors that in the past protected Athena, that fought alongside her, that were basically, they were her knights, right? So Seiya becomes a Knight of Athena. He gets the Pegasus cloth, which the cloth is like, basically it's like this, but then you can like wear it. It's kind of cool, kind of funky, but you get the point. Regardless though, he gets the cloth, but then he's summoned to enter into this big battle. So he goes to this battle, and this battle is basically all of the Knights of Athena are going to be fighting against each other for this golden cloth. So the cloth, like pretty much any power system, has levels of power, right? And the golden cloth is like, oh, like it's one of the strongest cloths. So they go about this battle, which is actually really interesting. I really enjoyed the battle part, but then something happens that basically completely shifts the story in a really good way, in my opinion. You learn more about the Knights of Athena, you learn about maybe the dark side of the Knights of Athena, you get introduced to a much larger plethora of characters. It's very, very interesting. It's a very unique story. Like, reading this, I'm like, I can't think of anything that like reminds me of this, but that's like in every good way. I think the art is also fantastic. Some of the panels in this series I'm like screenshot like wallpaper material because it's just that freaking cool. So if you're looking for a good action adventure kind of mystery read and you like Greek mythology, this is definitely where you want to be. Again, it's a bear to collect. I almost would recommend just solely reading it on the Shonen Jump app, because if you're like me, you know how much some of those volumes can go for, which is absolutely absurd. So, Saint Seiya Knights of the Zodiac, I've read around, again, 6 or 7 volumes, don't exactly know what chapter I'm on, but I've been loving it recently, and again, I really highly recommend it. Okay, so the last mangas that I have for you guys today that I have recently been reading, if you saw my last month's manga haul, which fat manga haul, like unintentionally large manga haul, you would know that I have been slowly chipping away at collecting this mangaka's works, and I love her stuff, and this has been a series that I have been binging of hers recently. And that series is Ranma 1/2, obviously the mangaka being Rumiko Takahashi. So Rumiko Takahashi is a mangaka that I have really been loving recently. I just really appreciate her works, her wide variety of works, and Ranma 1/2 is one that recently I have been particularly enjoying. So I picked up Ranma 1/2 in the omnibus formats. There are singles, so these are 2-in-1 editions of the series, and it follows one of our main characters, Ranma, as he gets cursed, and whenever he interacts with cold water, he turns into a female. And it's just him kind of going through life, meeting a girl who his parents are telling him he has to get married to, and it's them just kind of going through life, being kids, trying to navigate this curse that he's under, right? And just kind of all that sort of stuff. It's a very comedic manga, like it's very, very funny, and honestly, I can never, like, guess what's gonna come up in this story. Like, some of the things that they do in this series, I'm like, how did we get here? But like, not in a negative way. I think if it was framed or teed up in any other way than Ranma 1/2 is, I'd be like, this is a stupid series, I don't get it, this is kind of annoying. But there's just some element of the weirdness, the randomness, and the comedy elements in this series that I just really, really enjoy. It's a nice change of pace, I really enjoy reading it, and I loved seeing in my manga haul, again, when I kind of said that I got these, so many of you guys commented and were like, this is a series that I like grew up with, like that was my childhood, like that's so nostalgic for me, and I'm like, it makes my heart feel good. But again, if you are looking for kind of a comedy slice of life, just really chill but like random series, this is definitely for you. I actually ordered more from Right Stuff, so hopefully I can complete this series soon because I genuinely love it. It is so much fun. So guys, these are all of the manga series, more notably, that I've been reading recently. Obviously, I've been reading manga outside of this, but these are just kind of like the bigger batches of stuff that I wanted to share with you guys today. I genuinely really enjoy all of these series, and if any of them kind of sounded interesting to you, I would highly recommend it. These series are fun, there's a wide variety, and honestly, be proud of me for like branching out into different genres, because like, if this was me a year ago, it would be like, my reading log would be like all dark seinen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I would love to know, what series have you been reading recently? What has been fun for you? What have you really enjoyed? What haven't you really enjoyed? I do need to make a manga I dropped video soon because I do got a couple more of those series to add to the list. So again, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye guys.